I'll go ahead and start it up. Welcome everybody to the Hot Take. I'm Andrew Wilkening here with John Kay, Kyle Shipwash. We're really happy to be here. We just finished the tournament yesterday, the second Charlotte Invitational. So let's just get started and just recap the tournament. John, I'll start with you first. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I think it was pretty big for Charlotte too, the whole tournament. I think it was a good, it just went really well, and it was something that we needed, I guess, and it was good that we improved a lot, and yeah, it was a fun tournament.
So you're saying we improved a lot. Are you referring to those the league nights you guys have been doing lately?
Yeah, well, we started the league nights pretty much at the beginning of the year, January, or no, I mean we started at the end of the year, but like the league night has really helped so far. We've kind of restructured the way we organize things. We've included more people in the process of making decisions, and that's really helped. And so we're all talking to each other, we're all kind of meeting each other's needs or compromising at least. And I guess it's kind of having its effect so far pretty positively. And
for sure. And so switching over to Kyle, y'all did great, pulling out a third place finish.
Yeah.
Definitely usurping expectations.
Yeah.
Stalebait, of course, doing a great job as well, landing on seed in the 8th spot. But you guys really stepped it up. What was behind Bonus Snap coming into this?
Well, I've played with Steffi and Travis several times. We played in Chicago. That's actually how I first met Steffi. We picked her up because one of our players dropped out.
Yeah.
And then it seems like every time that I've played with Steffi, Travis, and Aaron, we've just kind of meshed really well. We end up, after we finish a game, if we don't win, we kind of sit back. We're like, okay, well, what happened? How did this go? What fell? What fell apart? What wasn't there? What needs to be there? And just keeping that open communication is pretty good.
So where did your 5th player come from?
That was Jose.
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays here in Charlotte. He's traveled to New York, I believe. He's a good all-around player. He does a fantastic flex, so I wanted to grab him as soon as I could.
Yeah, for sure. And so speaking about grabbing players and stuff, I've noticed Charlotte has a few smaller cores. Like I know you play a lot with Aaron, and like you said, Travis and Steffi. I've noticed you played with Amanda for the last 2 tournaments.
So far, yeah.
I don't know if that's going to become a staple, but Charlotte doesn't really have these, big clumps like FSU or Pigeon Rats. Do you know why that is, or?
I guess because we had the numbers, but competitively, I guess the people who want to take it serious wasn't like there. We had maybe like 15 or so who want to travel and take it serious, but now we're getting there, especially with League Night again, and people want to see. People were saying just last night they want to see like FSU type of teams and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think we're getting to that point.
Yeah, because before we were just splitting it up so everyone could have a team, and now we have enough to make a team. I suppose.
Because you could stack a team before, and then you wouldn't get any practice or any quality practice because then there's no one else on the other team to really play against. So we kind of had to keep them divided for a while.
Now there's talent everywhere. So.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I've noticed because we played against Charlotte at Columbus before this tournament. Of course, you guys did great here as well. And it's really shown that there's a lot of depth. But if you two could give me a few names out of Charlotte, like those players who are invaluable, those ones you always want by your side.
Okay, well, yeah, obviously I guess Aaron Tran, Amanda, Eli, he's pretty good, very good. Then you want, even new names like Courtney, she's up there, Jose, staple now, and jeez.
Don't forget Jorge,
Ryan
McCusick.
Jorge, Ryan McCusick. Forget because they're so common.
They're the classic guys. They've been there, but there's some upcoming people like Jose is probably one of the newer ones.
Courtney, Jacob though. Jacob too, actually.
Jacob's really starting to.
New queen on the rise.
Are there any skill sets that you think are missing out of Charlotte? Like any, like, you don't have enough objective runners or vanilla warriors or speed warriors or...
I would say drone skill, like Robert Newhouse type of stuff.
Yeah,
Sure.
we don't have that.
We don't have that,
Mm-hmm.
and Team Break does. So
We've had a few people step up and want to do it, and then kind of, just not really, I guess, follow through with it.
sure, some are, like they're on the way, but there's still a lot more to it.
Yeah, it can be tough to like build up that culture around objective running.
Yeah,
Because it's, it is kind of like seen as a lower role.
sure, but such a big impact too. Like it's not. I guess the stat tracker wouldn't count that, but like bumps and stuff like that, they're so invaluable.
That's what I told my team. Actually, they were kind of afraid whenever they saw that we were going to have a kill-death ratio, and I was like, "Don't even worry about that.
Yeah.
That's just for talk afterwards."
That's for toxic people.
And I was like, people are probably going to be bragging about it. They're going to talk about it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's not counting the bumps. It's not counting the pincer setups. It's not counting, just times where you're supposed to just be patient.
Yeah.
And like those things are also, in my opinion, more valuable than the kill-death ratio.
Yeah, and so that's something I also want to touch on is the kill-death ratio becoming part of the stream.
Yeah.
I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think the community is going to roll with this in a good way, or do you think, like you said, you think it's just going to start getting kind of a toxic focus on a big number, right?
Well, some people focus too much on that, but like, I guess they're supposed to have the RFID cards or something, so it come anyway, but it was a surprise to me in the first place. I didn't know we would have that.
Yeah,
Okay,
Jorge set that up.
So I was like, okay, that's cool.
I think he has a small script that grabs those events and puts it on the screen.
So,
yeah, and I gotta give props to Charlotte. You guys had all the bells and whistles for this tournament. You had the challenge, to the team. We had 2 cabs, which is massive. I mean, for a 25 tournament team, or 25 team tournament, you really kind of need that double cab system.
Yeah. Pretty lucky to. I don't know how long we'll have it, but that was cool.
Although I do love the initial D, so
I
got my own player card out of that.
I still need to get mine.
And we just got ice cold beer too.
Oh my god!
Which we have a guy, Joe, who'll roll the score over like 4 times in a game.
Jeez. So speaking of initial D, another guy I saw over there was Dylan, who's just moved to Charlotte.
Yeah.
You two have been kind of, the 2 big powerhouse queens. Of course, Jorge is always queening. Ryan had a really good showing yesterday with Carolina Reapers. What do you think Dylan's presence in the scene is going to change, if anything?
I think me and John probably have got a little stagnant, and having an extra player like Dylan will actually force us to figure out what we need to fix.
They probably teach us some stuff from Chicago or something. But I mean, it's gonna be. I'm looking forward to that too, because like we don't have me, you, maybe Jacob, and so Brian, Jorge, but still, like it feels like we don't have a lot of queens that we should. So.
What's interesting about Dylan is every time I play him, he always feels like a different player.
Yeah.
He just has like a different style that he just kind of like. Something that's interesting in him, he just kind of takes onto it and then adds that to his, play style for that match.
Yeah, no, I felt that too. Between Columbus and even 23, the Dylan I played against felt very different. Things I was pulling on him at one tournament didn't work on the next.
Yeah.
He was immediately picking up those differences. And speaking of style, playing against you is really frustrating because you are impossible to predict.
I suppose, yeah.
Did you derive the style on your own, or did you see someone out in the wild and go, I want to play like that?
No, I guess I picked up the stick like that. Because Dre says it a lot too, like the fighting game style. And I guess trying to just maybe fake out a move. Like, because the more you know about what I'm going to do next, then the more you can prepare for that. So if you can't prepare for it, then it's harder to kill me. But I mean, obviously, I've been killed plenty of times, so. But, I mean, I don't know, I just try to keep it on the spot, which sucks for my team as well, if we don't have enough time to learn how to work with me, I guess, because I try to talk and say what I'm going to do next, but in Killer Queen, like, a lot of times, in 1 second, you got to do something else, like Plan B. But yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. How would you define your style, Kyle? It's not as iconic, I don't think.
I don't know. I don't even know what my style is. I just kind of, I get up there, I sort of panic, and then I just do. If I'm not sweating, then I'm not playing at my peak.
Right.
Yeah. You do get sweaty.
I don't know where it came from.
Not as much as you used to.
Yeah.
I will say, I might have a hot take. Amanda said that Dylan would give up queening competitively once he moved to Charlotte, and I never believed that, and I still don't believe it.
Yeah.
And I don't know how hot the take is, but I feel like he's still gonna play, which he might actually, I guess, pick some of us up. I don't know if he's gonna like continue to form teams with his friend in Chicago or something like that, or take Charlotte with him, but I would challenge him to continue queening if he was serious about not queening.
Yeah, I mean, he's on Pete's on my Nikes for 25.
Oh, so he's lying.
And so, I think he's just committed to that one. So maybe it's like after that he won't, but I don't know.
I mean, he might have not thought that Charlotte would be fun to play with or fun to play against, so maybe he was saying that.
Yeah, we were a lot more social for a while, and I think even people from New York would, define us as social from whatever
the fun scene.
But like you were saying earlier, we've just now started doing the league nights, and that's really ramped things up a lot. I felt several steps that we've taken. Like let's see, after Chicago, I think it was 25. After that was some people's first time traveling. After they did that, suddenly when I came back, people were more interested in the game. They were more aggressive when they needed to be. They were more interested in getting those sticks, getting the J dives. And then there was another, one of the Columbus tournaments, it jumped up again.
Yeah.
So every time that we've gone into a serious tournament like that, people come back and they want to do better.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of people talking about the importance of traveling and having people come and visit. Do you think this invitational itself is going to help stir the pot a bit and get people excited or more aggressive, like you said?
Yeah. You got that Chattanooga team.
Chattanooga, they came in pretty full force too. And we got some people here who weren't here last invitational who got to see this one, and they were all about it before, and now there's, I think, supercharged now that they see like what it can be, what it can do.
Yeah, because traveling definitely gives you perspective on what the other people are doing. Because I remember before we even went to first nationals, people were like, "Oh no, we got this, we're going there." And I'm like, "You guys don't know what's happening."
I was one of those. Like, easy, just watch the video.
Teamwork is trash.
Teamwork is trash. With my ass.
Yeah, I didn't know anybody back then.
Same.
Bubble Bash 1, I was like, who's on the other side?
Yeah. Who?
No, yeah. So I guess looking forward still, we talked about how we want to, or Charlotte players are wanting to see these more stable teams.
Mm-hmm.
Do either of you have plans yet? If we're going to see stable teams, someone's got to plan it.
We've started to stabilize even a little bit before we started doing league night. John kind of has his little core that kind of wavers, and people come on and off and so on. I've started to get mine. Jacob has his.
Yeah, I have commitment issues, both on and off the cab. So that's where it gets. That's probably the hardest part, but I guess you can always kick someone off. Or something.
I've always wanted to play with different people. Like I'll even go to like Columbus and stuff, or Chicago, and just pick up people just to play, because at least there for a while I liked carrying teams. I don't like carrying teams as much anymore now because everyone's getting really good, and it's not possible anymore.
Yeah. Then New York's there, and it's like, oh god.
Well, and so we touched on this with Andrew Quang a bit. How carrying as a queen nowadays is just much harder.
Yeah.
So you guys are feeling that too down here in Charlotte?
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's the game updates or if it's just the players getting better.
Probably both, I guess. A lot of people told me, especially after yesterday, like, trust your team and all that, but I'm not used to that,
Yeah.
Not used to having so much trust. Because if you lose everybody, it's a lot harder, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, having trust is a big part of the game for sure. You know, just giving those gates to your Warriors and hoping that they can.
Brian Kane told me that. I'm like, well, you got national champion. That's a little easy for you to say, but still.
And communication. I've always been really big on communication. It was actually really hard to get Charlotte to talk in the beginning, and I was like, just say anything. Like, tell me you're up. Tell me you ran a berry. Tell me you're touching a berry. Tell me you're on the snail. Tell me you're doing
literally anything.
Just anything.
Tell me you're still breathing.
So then now we got that step. Now it was like, okay, now tell me something that's like actually informative. Tell me, that the snail's getting away, or that the queen's about to rap on me because maybe I'm not paying attention or something. And we've gotten better about what's actually important and what's not. I say that, but then in the tournament, I'm singing songs and stuff while we were going up against Dylan. I'm just making noises and stuff to keep myself calm and keep the team kind of. Because also my other problem is if I stop talking, I'll stop. I'll just completely forget to talk anymore. So if I don't have anything really to say, I'm singing a jingle. Whatever.
Yeah. So are there any bits of communication that you find are super useful? And then are there any bits of communication that you hear that you're just like, wow, I can really do without this?
Yeah. I think recently learned, sometime in September, I learned the value of letting the last warrior know that they're the last warrior, so you can help me stay alive. And then even I do it too, like when people die, they kind of make big noises. I think if you keep it simple, like I'm out, but people are like, ah.
Yeah, you can usually tell when they're out,
and everyone hears it, and it kind of, subconsciously maybe affects people, so we can do without that.
One of the big communication things that I like, that whenever I see a player do it, I'm like, I want that player to play with me, is if they have a responsibility and they go down, some people get embarrassed that they went down. It's fine to go down. People get killed all the time in this game. What the real problem comes down to is if you had a responsibility and you're not passing it off to somebody else, then that gets to be a real big problem quick if you're going up against a really good team.
That's good.
So if you can pass that responsibility off to somebody else efficiently, you're good to go.
Yeah.
And then it's their fault if they don't do it.
Right, you push it on someone else.
I told them to do it.
I told him I was down. You didn't have a ledge guard. Awesome. So let's get into some personal stuff.
Ooh.
Y'all just both grew up in Charlotte, or?
I did. I have 23 years. Still need to move out.
Where you want to go?
Anywhere I can afford, but still Charlotte, I guess. Around my friends, family. But yeah, I mean,
that's alright.
That's alright. Yeah.
What you got?
I've been here for 13 years. I moved here for college, and I haven't left. I always thought I would, but then I keep getting job offers and things, and everything just works out here. And I got my friend circle, and then I found Killer Queen. So and Charlotte's growing, so it's always new and interesting.
Yeah, you're getting a new subway line or something.
Light rail right behind us here. So that's going to connect the university to downtown, or I guess uptown here. Uptown.
Wait, do you guys is your uptown to the south?
No, it's our downtown is called Uptown. It's a marketing thing that they did a while ago. I read about it. I don't remember anymore.
Did an essay on it. Researched it. What's the difference?
Made a vlog about it.
Yeah.
It's all the rage now. Vlogs.
Yeah, man.
You guys should try it out. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's not too much work.
Cold takes.
So speaking of cold takes and hot takes, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe the egg off my face.
Yeah.
I called Charlotte not making top 5. You proved me wrong.
Ooh,
that was good stuff.
Because I knew we were going.
I saw that. I saw this now.
Hey, you know what? If a hot take doesn't, get someone riled up, it's not hot enough.
Yeah.
John, you had a hot take
Yeah.
at some point. Is there anything you'd like to say about that one?
I was wrong, I guess. I will wipe the egg off my face.
It's just the time to come clean. Kyle, anything you want to get off your chest right now?
I don't know. I was rooting for John. I wanted to see because I was like, is it going to be him pushing up there? But then Ryan brought it up.
Yeah. No, Carolina Reapers really blew me away. It's probably the t-shirts, honestly.
Yeah.
Those
and David Spencer. David Spencer's he's a sleeper warrior. He doesn't come out as much as some of the other guys, but then when he comes out, it's like he's been playing just with us, practicing the whole entire time.
Yeah. Power.
Smart players are the best. That's where it comes from. But aggressive players are good too.
Yeah.
I'm not saying smart and aggression are at odds and ends. Hot take, they are. Anyway, something that got stirred up the pot a little bit last time was asking between Minneapolis and Columbus. Do you guys have any takes on this? Which team is going to be the big hitter coming up?
Oh, either
Out of the
Columbus
Midwest?
or
Yeah, since, just a little East Coast call out here.
I like Columbus better, so I guess I would say Columbus. They're on their way too, anyway. They have their what's it called, close quarters.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're more like they'll just have more time to practice. It's kind of, I guess, like their free camp sort of.
Yeah, we don't have a free camp here very often.
Yeah, so it costs money to
Usually pretty rare.
practice.
But it's only
You guys have $1 games,
$1
though.
so it's not even
Yeah, it's
too
not
complained
too crazy.
about. At least in the beginning, we wanted more free plays, especially for openers. Free plays will help you with your openers because you only get so many openers because you don't want to just continue putting in quarters just for openers.
Yeah.
Tennessee has free play like every day. The first 3 hours of the bar.
Yeah.
Really?
Free play.
Yeah.
Wow.
Happy hour.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
I think that's really cool, and they're new, but once they get going, I think that'll help them a lot.
Yeah. Another hot take that actually got cut out of Andrew Quang's video was which scene do you think is going to shoot into the top three, and who are they going to knock down? Because if you say it's New York, Chicago, Portland, the old teams, who's going to take it? You're going to say Charlotte?
I would hope
You're going
Charlotte.
to say it's going to be Charlotte?
I would hope Charlotte. I don't know who else would be.
Minneapolis has a pretty big scene, and they seem to be super competitive.
They got a big scene, but they didn't show up. They didn't show up. So
it's a bit further south. They like it cold up there.
of course, yeah.
You want to talk about the buttons?
What buttons? The buttons? What buttons?
The buttons that the new Raw Deals cab has that you can't swipe on.
Oh, I don't swipe.
You don't swipe?
No, single tap. Single tap's the best way to tap in this game.
I single tap mostly, but I have multiple.
Tap.
I have multiple. I use my left hand. I'll use both hands.
Oh, both hands is good.
It's silly to do any of this.
What? No. You got to claw.
Well,
You gotta claw.
Hold
Sure.
on. All right, let's just go through them one at a time.
Yeah.
The single tap is the best. What's the second best?
Obviously, well, double tap.
John's got the double tap.
Single tap, but
Piano tap.
and
You
then,
do the.
I just like alternate. Yeah. It works
Okay.
really well.
All right.
It worked well in old cab, new cab. But people got exposed because the new buttons were different, but then because they're doing all this nonsense, and it's like, don't do that. Just tap the button.
Split.
Yeah, put Band-Aids on, like just tap the button, dude. Just tap it.
How's Charlotte adapted to the new patch?
Well, I guess pretty well. It's been a while.
Pretty well. People complained about it being a little bouncy at first, but I think we've all gotten over that. And I haven't heard one of those complaints in a long time.
Well, recently now, I don't know when it was exactly, but now we're getting, like, the kills aren't counting sometimes. Like, even I saw in the tournament, like, you'll hit somebody.
Oh, like helmets? Or?
Kind of like helmets, but even from the back, like, where it should there should be no explanation. And, like, Warriors bouncing Queens, 50-50s, and that's kind of silly. Actually killed me once, but I'm not gonna.
And the berry condoms.
Asterisk.
And
go ahead.
And the berry condoms where the berry gets stuck between, and then it's kind of like it seems to be random. I don't think there's a way.
It chooses who it wants to die.
predict.
The bonus picks it, and
It
just
bonus
like take
texts
the wheel.
yeah.
It just texts him. It's like the blue queen this time.
Yeah.
There's been a few theories about the berry condom. We've seen people say you just stop moving, or it's whoever has less momentum. And so I don't think anyone's really like sat down and proved it quite yet, because it is a bit difficult to reproduce.
Let's just avoid it.
Yeah.
Stay away from that berry that's flying.
Do you have any tricks for it? Because I feel like whenever I'm playing, I just end up in the berry condom before I even realize it's
I
coming.
would say if you can. Sometimes you get a lucky kick. You kick a berry into somebody and chase it. Chase the berry. See what happens. Because it bumps them. It does something. So.
Yeah.
I'll try to kick berries at players sometimes just to get them like.
Yeah, and then they'll fuck them up.
Yeah.
Maybe a warrior come in, get them.
Just to make them think, do I really want to go for this or not?
Yeah, because then it's on their hands.
Yeah.
Balls in their court, berries in their court.
Berries in their I forgot.
All right, so the next tournament coming up for you two is Coronation. Are you both making it up?
Yeah, for me.
Yeah. I've got 3 that I'm thinking about going to. I just got to figure out if I have funds. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to commit to any of them.
Yeah, I'm cutting down to
Yeah.
definitely New York.
I do want to do as many as I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll support Saturday tournaments all day because I get only weekends off. So
Saturday tournaments where it's at.
it's the best because get home Sunday.
So you said you're looking at 3 different tournaments. Do you guys have lineups for Coronation coming up?
I think a couple people want to play, so I got like 2 or 3. So
2 or 3 players?
2 or 3 players, yeah.
You want to split those right now? Stir the pot a bit?
And, well, who's on my team?
Yeah.
It's actually Amar is forming the team. He asked me to join, and then Jordan Navarra, and that's all we got so far.
Just 3?
Yeah.
All right.
But it's just in the works. So.
Well, it's coming together.
It's coming together.
Are you excited for this team coming up?
I think so. Yeah.
What's the motivation behind this team?
StarCraft 2, StarCraft 2 team, and I'm trying to get Aaron. I think, but he might want to play somewhere else. But I don't know. I guess chemistry would also be the more serious motivation.
Yeah.
Because we talk and StarCraft all that stuff. And at the end of the day, we'll have fun, win or lose, play with our friends.
We played this tournament one time where it was me, John, Jorge, I think it was Ryan, both Ryans maybe. We decided to not queen and let some of the other people queen, and that was a really fun tournament that we did once.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got on Jason Stecky's team, and we ended up eventually winning. He had me, Amanda, and the whole time we're trying to keep him from going in because he likes to be in there, and we're like, please, just let us do it.
Yeah. Do you think the scene gets a lot of value out of having a tournament where you let this? I want to be careful with the words, but like a second tier of queens, just kind of take the reins and for a whole tournament.
I think when we play queen, you kind of end up learning all the roles. I don't know, that might be too philosophical for it, but yeah, having them get up onto the queen sticks and then have them responsible for the map or supporting the map, I guess.
Yeah.
It helps get people out of some of their tunnel vision and stuff that they kind of develop at points.
So I mean, if that's the line of thought, where do you think the blind points for a queen are, like compared to other roles in the game? Like, what is it that a queen won't see that maybe a speed warrior will see, or like a drone will see?
For the most part, I kind of think that there's sort of 2 teams working on each team. You have the objective runners, and then you have all the warriors and the queens kind of fighting it out. And they do help each other out, and they do switch around, but you can almost divide them into 2 separate teams. So a lot of times, especially in tournaments, I don't even know where the snail's going sometimes because I've put trust in my team to handle that. Every now and then I'll look down and be like, hey, what's going on? Or, hey, why is it over here? Just to make sure that they know I'm watching. But
yeah, keeping tabs.
Yeah. But yeah, as long as they're taking care of it, I'm just watching the gates and controlling the map the best I can.
Yeah. What do you think, John?
I would agree, and you get blinded sometimes. Sometimes I get too focused on the fighting and stuff like that. It's my personal issue, but
John really likes to fight.
I noticed.
He does.
I would just agree, yeah. And obviously, a speed warrior is also much faster, so they can see something and they can know that they can go for it or something like that. They can be there sooner. They can get that gate sooner. But I try to look at the whole map, see what's going on, but I'll get tunnel vision here and there. So.
Yeah, but I mean, nobody's immune to that.
Yeah.
We've all got tunnel vision on something or another.
Getting caught in the wrap.
Yeah.
Just that night map. Oof. The waterfall will get you.
Oh, the waterfall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys have any favorite paths going through the vertical route? Do you ever take it up, or are you just always going down through the waterfall?
Yeah, I go up, down, whatever's open. I was telling my team, I was like, you guys just open it up you guys make holes, turn this map into some Swiss cheese, and I'll just try to find the Swiss cheese holes. Whether it's up through the wrap or down through, whatever. I think there was a few times I even went up through the wrap to clear the ledge.
Yeah.
And I heard some of the crowd going, woo.
Don't see it coming, so.
Yeah.
That helps keep you unpredictable. But then you have to look up and down too, so you can get caught if you
Concentrate.
So, is there anything else you guys want to say to the community about just your play, or like a secret thing that you're onto, or even just like words of wisdom, just anything like that you guys want to get out there
to everyone? Like,
just to whoever's gonna watch this.
I don't have any wisdom, so just keep playing.
Just keep
Keep
playing.
putting money in the machine, baby.
Sponsored by Mobile. No, not sponsored.
No.
Not yet. Not yet.
Should be. Why not?
Hot take.
I'll tell you, we should.
What do you think? Any words of wisdom?
I mean, it's a social game. You gotta make sure that you're taking care of your all your players, no matter their skill level, because they're the ones that are really keeping it together. I don't know. That's not really what. That's
No, I think it's
not really what.
That's a good
I thought I had something better in my head, but it just didn't come out.
At the end of the day, we're all friends, you know.
Yeah.
You gotta keep
It's
that
true.
first.
No,
All right.
it's really nice to be able to travel and crash on people's couches and experience their
Freeload.
cities with them, with somebody that actually lives in that city, instead of traveling by yourself. Traveling by yourself, you usually end up in the tourist areas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
disease,
Okay,
kick you bug.
Yeah. Well, it's a hell of a community. It's been great chatting with you guys.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for taking the time to sit down with me. Thanks for letting us use your apartment conference room with these great bicycles behind us. And thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in to the Hot Take. See you next time.